Yeah, I really enjoy my work here in the hospital here, working in A&E. It's quite a varied job, can be quite intense with lots of patients to sort out and sometimes some late, long hours. But if the team is working well together, it will be the most fantastic achievement really. So the worst day can actually be the best day if you turn it around. It is quite exhausting, but there's quite a big sense of satisfaction when you've really made a difference to a patient and sorted everybody out and the department's sorted and you can leave thinking I've really made a difference today. Sometimes all this sort of the jazzy stuff is quite exciting, but the routine stuff we can still get enjoyment from. Sometimes we get thanks, we don't get much thanks, but that's part of the job really. Sometimes you just need to know yourself that you've done a good job, and even if that thanks isn't coming. I think the lows are when it feels really hard work, particularly maybe if we're short-staffed, through sickness, we've got a heavy load of patients to deal with. Personally, it can be lows too when there's rather upsetting things we see. Thankfully, very rarely we see things like children dying, which is terrible. And as a parent myself, that is particularly upsetting and a real challenge at the time to try and remain professional and to give the best care we can whilst remembering we're humans too and we've got feelings. I don't think being a doctor is particularly any more important than any other job. Personally, as a Christian, I would say that working all has value, has great value. And actually what I'll try and do each day is just to do the best I can with the gifts and talents I've got. But I don't think that as a doctor I'm any more special than someone who's sweeping the streets or is teaching my children at school. I just try and work each day as if working for the Lord.
I've always worked because I needed to earn some money. And I'm over retiring age and I still carry on working. Partly because I'm very interested in the subject and I've always had either full-time work, sometimes I've had 3 jobs to make a full-time job. So I come for money, but I also come because I enjoy it, I enjoy the subject. I think it's very difficult giving up work because I think that you feel, oh gosh, you're losing a big part of your life, because work is a big part of, well, it's a big part of most people's lives actually. But I think if you're a teacher, you're very, very involved with it because, you're working with people and you're making a difference to their lives really. Hopefully I'm enriching people's lives. And art for me is very important and I want them to feel that it is very, very important. It's not something that you just sit down and do easily. It is a struggle. People want to learn to do art for lots of different reasons, and my job really is to be very intuitive to what their needs are, and so I have to make them feel comfortable and feel that they are actually learning something and try to understand what art is about. The people that you're working with, they're very important. And so it is a big part of being a teacher. Art teaching, there's always lots of preparation, and I like to be very prepared. You can't go into a situation and not really know, feel exactly what I'm going to do and how I'm going to approach the subject and who I'm working with, because sometimes I work with adults, sometimes I work with children, sometimes I work with, all sorts of different people. Teaching can be very, very stressful because, I think I have to sort of do the teaching and evaluate what the students have done and how they've gone about it. If they've been successful, then really, as teachers, you need to evaluate your own teaching as well. Teachers are evaluated all the time. Assessors come in from outside and that causes people to almost have breakdowns, to be honest.
Big question. I feel tired. But also happy at the same time. And positive about the future. Cool where it's all going. I love what I do, yeah, I really do. Okay. I'm really happy that it's all worked out. My points, all of it. I just love music. I think playing music is my favourite thing ever, and I'm so glad that I can do it as a job. Especially fixing up violins and stuff is really satisfying when it's done and you get to play it for the first time, and it's a really great feeling. Low points, you're going to have to be financially, it's hard. Working a lot with the job centre and on and off job seekers allowance and trying to get funding to do different things is a lot of paperwork, but I get to do what I like doing, so.
I currently work full-time looking after our twin 3-year-olds. I've been doing it for just over 2 years now. Cost of childcare is so great that financially it made sense. You are almost going to work as a volunteer, really. So the initial decision was financial, but then as time's gone on, it's been really clear to us we wanted one of us at least to be at home as much as possible to look after them. And so we've made some financial sacrifices along the way and done that. And that's got a little bit harder as we've run out of money. So I guess it's changed because in that time, they've gone from, they were 11 months old to 3. And the difference is amazing. I think the routine when they were 11 months old was relentless. Feed them, clean them, change the nappy, feed them, clean them, change the nappy, work out why they're crying. Lots of picking up and carrying, lots of very, very physical work. So actually, surprisingly, got very fit that year, actually. Yeah, lots of feeling like you're in the house on your own a lot. So I got really proactive with that and have helped with a mother and toddler group and set up various social activities around that, including regular trips. And that's where I get a lot of my support from, which is really good. And then it's gradually got to this point where now they're 3, the day appears a lot easier and they put pressure on you in different ways. They're very, very challenging in terms of what are we doing, why are we doing it, no, I don't want to do that. And so it really, really tests your patience to the nth degree, I would say. So how do I feel about it? Again, the feelings have changed. I've got more time to think now and probably more time to feel. You get really high highs when they do something unbelievably cute, and I particularly find it when they interact with each other or with their friends and they say something to each other and you think, oh, that's amazing. But then the lows are when you're trying to push. It's like pushing water uphill to get them out of the house or to do something or to get them to do something. And sometimes, not so much recently, but you can find yourself with your head in your hands go, oh, I can't believe it. And try not to shout. That's a good one. Or swear. It's a really funny, because it's like the biggest, most important job in the world to raise children to be amazing little people who can contribute positively to the world around them and to people around them. And that's amazing. But actually it's a sum total of lots of menial tasks. So all these little tasks that you do, whether that's changing a nappy or making tea or cleaning up after it, they're all menial tasks. And sometimes I feel that you can get bogged down in the menial tasks and lose sight of the bigger picture, that you've got these little beings that are yours to it's your responsibility to mould and nurture them and